back to Make and Break. I have had the weekend off. I took 3 days off from stream, and they were spent. I basically been doing Unreal development, unpacking Blender elements, everything you can think of for the past 3 days, and it has been a journey. It's been quite wild, but I feel pretty recharged despite doing a bunch of work. So I think it is a good time to try and push ourselves. So I'm going to attempt character design. We'll see. I'm not a character designer. It's definitely my weakest subject. We'll see if it even works. But that's what the goal for today is. I'm going to make a little dude. And maybe we'll animate him. We're definitely going to try and do some baking of textures. So it'll be kind of a nice one today. Assuming it all doesn't come crashing down like it probably will. But I'll go ahead and throw on some music and we'll start vibing. So, there we go, that was weird. Spotify just froze for a second. Hopefully it didn't show up on your end. Oh, it did. I just dropped like 100 frames in 2 seconds. What the heck was that? That was weird. Anyway, my computer's been kind of weird all day. So, we're gonna start kind of easy. You see how it's catching? Something is weird with my computer right now. So we're gonna make a little dude. I'm gonna keep a close eye on my frames and make sure I'm not dropping too much. But otherwise, we should be kind of good to go. So I'm gonna be relying a lot on subsurface division. Also, shoutouts to CQDK for being here right at the beginning. It is always very appreciated when people are here early. So yeah, we're just gonna kind of build out a little shape, and it should be kind of obvious what I'm doing soon. But yeah, all I want to do is make like a little guy. What the heck is happening to my computer? Hold on. We're just dropping frames like crazy. Hold on. Something really weird's happening right now with my internet. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off some Wi-Fi on my end. And we're going to try and fix this. I don't know why it's been doing this all day. There we go. Do that. Man, I hope this isn't going to be a huge problem today. I had big plans for today. If we end up having to postpone until tomorrow, that would be pretty sad, but I guess it would be just what it is. I don't need to do that. I can just do this. So, we're just going to keep continuing on. I'm going to keep watching. We're going to see how things are holding up. Yeah, I don't know. I started my computer today around 11, right? I was just hanging out this morning, and then I turned my computer on to get ready for everything. And it's just kind of been slow all day. So I'm not totally sure where that's coming from. But it happens. Alright, so all I'm doing is I'm going to make what should be a little hood for a guy. Now that I've done that, it looks a little better on my end, so hopefully it's not too terrible all of a sudden. I think I might have fixed the problem a little bit. Alright, so I'm just going to keep pushing this mesh a little bit to try and get something we like. And assuming that this is done correctly, we should be looking pretty good. So like that. Back a little bit more. So let's try subsurfacing this real quick. I want to see if this actually works. So let's make ourselves the little indent that we want, and we're going to extrude inward. Just like that. All right, let's give it a shot. Let's see if this works. Subdivision. Oh, He looks good. Oh, he looks perfect. Yep. We're here. We're definitely here. Cool. So if that's the case, I think I am good to probably... Yeah, the inn can just stay like that. That's fine. And now we're going to build out the bottom of this guy. It looks like my frames have stabilized. Hopefully everyone's not too far behind me now. If you guys are, I apologize. I don't really know why it was doing that. But it seems like we're okay now. I'm going to keep saying that until it's not true, but that's just the way of things, so... Oh well. Okay, so... Right here... I want to push this in just a little bit. If we turn everything on, yep, there we go. It'll look just like that. And I'm going to grab these two guys. Actually, you as well. And we're going to pull all of you back. Including you. And that should convey what we want pretty well. There we go. I love that. This guy looks great. If I put a little loop cut here. Hey. You're good. I'm good. How you doing? I appreciate the random hangout. It seems like we get a lot of random, but appreciate it. We're always kind of just chilling here. That's our main thing. We're a very chill stream. Making 3D models is decently frustrating, so it's always best to kind of chill and not take it too seriously. Alright, I don't want this to look like... like Kirby. I want this to look like a dude. Oh, I got it. I know how to do this. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna make a sleeve coming down. Yep. We're gonna make a little dude today. We're making like a little... You know, for like whatever reason, I was kind of cautious to call it a black mage. But it's basically gonna be like a black mage. Ever done 3D printing? So I tried to get into it for a little bit, and I think I will still soon. But it's just not my main focus for the time being. We're doing game design, so I eventually am going to be building a game out of all of this. And we've actually been making pretty good progress on it. I'd say I probably have about 40% of all the models I need for it done. It's been pretty quick. I mean, I guess it hasn't been quick. We've been working on this for months, but like, it feels quick. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of 40%, honestly. It's treated me well, that's for sure. So I'm gonna start by putting it on itch. But eventually, I think the goal is to get onto Steam if possible. I'll go anywhere that'll take me, I guess. Steam is a lot easier to get on than it used to be, so I doubt we're gonna have a problem there. But just in case, you know. I don't want to say yes, it'll be on Steam if it's not gonna be on Steam. Alright, so I'm just cleaning up our angles here. We're just trying to make something a little bit nicer. We're gonna pull back some of these sleeves, I think. And I'm not super stoked on the way the sleeves look in general. This looks a little weird to me. I think it might be that angle right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and pop up in here. Turn off this subsurface. I don't want to see that. Which one is it? It is that one right there. And it is that one. Perfect. So we're going to grab both of those. We're going to squinch them in just a little bit and bring them way down. That seems too much. When did game development like the year? Sorry, I don't understand. What are you asking? Oh, this is... Oh, I see how I messed up. I definitely messed this one up. Okay, let's turn this back on. And we're going to check it one more time. Oh, I can live with this. Okay, so if I make this sleeve a little bit smaller, I'm probably going to ditch the sleeves for just a moment. Like that. Yeah, and then we're going to want these parts of the sleeves big. I think we're set. When did you start doing the game development? It's hard to say. I started streaming in October 2020, so 6-7 months ago-ish. And at that time, I had an idea for a game that I wanted to make. And I realized it was a little too difficult for where I'm currently at right now. So I stopped working on that game, and I started working on a different game, which is this one right here. And so this game in particular, I want to say I started in January, maybe? It's really hard to say, honestly. I wasn't really keeping track. I was like deep in the thralls of seasonal depression, and I was just like, let's go for it. Like, let's just see what happens. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. What about you? What do you got going on? What's life like for you? Thank you. That's very, very nice. I like really absolutely appreciate that. I think that's like been the best thing about streaming is people just being like, that's cool. Not even like, you know, there's nothing super scary or wild about it. Just like, yeah, that's cool, period. Hey, Joe. Thank you so much for the thoughts. Joe just being a little sweetheart over here. Certainly I have the creativity for it. The doing part is definitely the harder part. Nothing much. There must be something. What are you? Who is Regional Lake? What should we know about Regional Lake? Okay, that does not look bad to me. We'll do it just like that. Keep it on down. That looks a lot better. If I subdivide here, I got it. I know I'm gonna do this. We're done. We're set. Check this out. We're gonna remove this. I love when you switch back to the low poly mode. That's lovely. If we go like this and I pull these up, that's it. We've done it. We got ourselves a little guy. So animating him, I think I might have messed myself up for animating him. Which I'm now just realizing is going to be a huge pain. I don't know about this. Well, anyway, let's give him some Kirby legs first. Playing Roblox since 2012, not a much. I like old internet, like the old stuff in general, like old YouTube. I love old YouTube. I love old YouTube. I find myself like going back and watching older videos all the time. Okay, so I'm gonna put a face on this guy. In fact, it's probably not where I want to place the face. If I already have the geometry, I might as well just take advantage of this geometry. So we're gonna sit and pull this face forward just a little bit. And if I have the geometry, we might as well use it right here. Just like that. Although I kind of want this to be a flat face. Nope, we're gonna make this a flat face. So I'm gonna go ahead and dissolve all of this together. Sorry to anybody out there who wanted me to have great topology. I've ruined it. And if we go back to this view, I do play Minecraft. I haven't played in a couple of weeks, but for a while there, I was playing constantly. Minecraft is such a nice way to, like, chill. Just, like, get your mind off of things. Lately, my game of choice has been Phantasy Star Online. That's been, like, the real big one for me lately. There's a retro game for it if you want a retro game. Very early 3D. When did you start playing Minecraft? For me, it was 2015. I don't know the day that I started playing, or like the year that I started playing, but I started when the Nether update came out. As soon as the Nether update happened, I was playing Minecraft. Also, I see the sleeve is all jacked up. Why is that? What the heck is happening? Okay, well, I can take this, I think, and do that. Delete that. Yeah, I must have grabbed the wrong vertex. I was doing a bunch of that earlier. I noticed that. So that's probably the correct way we want to do this and this one. Like that, and like this. Yeah, I started playing Minecraft real young. I remember the Yogscast were the group that got me into Minecraft. I was a huge fan of their work, and just wanted more and more and more, so I started playing Minecraft when I was younger as a result, just to be like, they're playing Minecraft, I might as well play Minecraft. And so I did. Bunch of old British dudes at this point. Love them to death. Still love everything they do. They do a Christmas stream once a year, and like, what a dream it would be to get onto that Christmas stream. But that, I think, is very far. 2010, 2012, that sounds about right. Yeah, I'd say that's probably the time I started. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and we're just going to try and fix these normals a little bit. They look pretty messy for some reason. There we go, that fixed it. Oh, and this one's messed up too. Man, why did he get so weird all of a sudden? Strange. I'm gonna have to fix that front face too, which I don't understand how any of this stuff is happening. Hey, there we go. Got a weird little divot in here. I'm gonna make that like a 60, and that should fix that. And then we'll give him some sleeves, and we'll give him some legs, and then I think we're probably off to the races on this guy. So let's go back down to low poly stuff. And I'm gonna do one there, and one there. And we'll go ahead and push both of those inside as best as we can. And I will go back to this. Yeah, that should be all right. What type of TV show or movie you watch? You could say be like any favorite or recently. Last night, I had a friend who needed just a little bit of love because they were going through some hard times. And so we all went over to their house, and we all ended up watching Into the Spider-Verse. I would not call that one of my favorite movies of all time. It definitely had some like glaring issues in my mind, but it was very good. I would give it like a 4 out of 5, I think. I'm still kind of on the fence of what I would rate that movie, but I think 4 out of 5 is a perfectly fine rating for it. It was exceptionally good. It was very fun, very interesting, really cool premise. What the heck is going on? Oh, I was on the wrong tool. It's So we're gonna do one of these, and we're gonna make kind of a weird little Kirby guy. Spider-Verse, that's pretty cool. Well, I hope your friend doing well and become better. Yep. I think they're alright. They just needed a little bit of attention. You know, humans, we're very remarkable. Hello? What did I just do? Hello, Fun Pro Gamer. How you doing? What on earth did I just do to this thing? There we go. I think humans are pretty remarkable things. I think we're very good at fixing our own mistakes. People are pretty good at healing themselves for the most part. But the thing that people really need is, like, attention. Whether you want to see that as a positive or a negative or whatever, that's up to you. But when people are sad, they just need a little bit of love. Other than that, you can pretty much solve all your own problems by yourself. So that's what we tried to do. We just tried to give them a little bit of love, hang out. You know, they would have done the same thing for us if we were in their situation, so it was just nice. It was just really relaxing. You've been super busy. What have you been busy with? What are you up to? I mean, you don't have to share if it's like secret government stuff, but we'd love to hear it. Alright, so we got a weird little shoe. It's very Kirby-esque, but I think I'd rather put a bit of like a flick on it. So if I go like 1 times 4 is good. And then I'm gonna try and make like a little bit of a wizard shoe out of this thing. Upload streams, thinking of emotes in my other job. Man, that has been me so much lately. I just set up like a week's worth of YouTube videos to upload automatically. And I'm like, I am done. Like, I'm so sick of editing thumbnails and fixing like weird little audio mistakes and whatever else. It's just like, when does it ever end? Alright, we're gonna go ahead and pop this on up here with a sharp. And I think that's not half bad. I'll do one more like that. And we'll do a sharp. Well, what are your YouTube videos usually look like, Fun Pro Gamer? I don't think I've ever asked about your streaming stuff. Apologies for that. What kind of stuff are you making? I don't know if we want to subsurface this. I kind of want to round out the end of this guy, but other than that, I don't think we need to worry about this. And it might be kind of nice just to have it be sharp. I mean, like, that's not the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. It's kind of funny. So let's keep it like this for just a sec and see how that suits us. A lot of the magic of this character is going to come through in the texture work. And I got a lot of ideas for texturing, so we're going to be looking pretty good on this thing. But we'll get there. There we go. And he's probably going to need much bigger shoes than that now that I'm thinking about it. So we'll go ahead and give you like that. Down. To the side. Got someone editing for me. What an absolute dream. Oh, color me so jealous of you. I am so jealous. But it's the scheduling that is the issue for me, trying to remember the dates I have scheduled. I totally get that. That's just the big struggle, isn't it? It's a never-ending thing. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and mirror across the cube. Oh, okay, it's coming together. I kind of hate the sleeves now that I'm looking at these little sleeves. I think I hate the sleeves. And these little shoes, okay, I got it. The shoes we can definitely fix. We're gonna go up here, proportion smooth, and then make a big smooth. I got a chapter of my Uncharted start coming out every day, and then the other videos just trying to find the best times. Totally. I think YouTube really prioritizes daily uploads. I'm sure you're aware of that. I don't mean to say anything you already don't know or you already do know. But yeah, if you try to make everything go daily, I think YouTube like prioritizes you a lot more in the algorithm. My videos basically weren't showing up anywhere for a while, and then I switched to scheduling them daily, and now I see them constantly in like my notifications or wherever. So they have a bias for sure, which is a shame on them, but is what it is, I guess. Oh, he's so good. He looks like a little Waddle Dee. Cool. Yep. I'm getting rid of these sleeves. Screw it. I wanted to like them a lot. Already have so many scheduled. Yeah, so you should be set. Just figured I'd mention it. There's always a lack of resource for stuff like this, so whatever you can mention, you should mention. Okay, so I'm gonna say that. And I definitely messed up my topology, so goodbye to that. And that should be all of it done. I don't know how it got so jacked up, too. It looked super weird. Why did you subdivide so strangely? And there's another one down here. What the heck happened to you? So tell you what, I'm going to instead, we're going to pop a little hole in the side here. There's another one. What the heck is happening? Get out of here. Boom. Boom. There we go. Perfect. I'm going to do the other side first, and then we'll come back and fix the armholes. I can't believe what a mess this thing was. We worked on it for such a short amount of time, and it already became super weird. But, can't be that bad. Don't want to delete those. That would be a big, grave mistake. Alright. So, basically, our goal right now is just to make this guy look somewhat believable, and then we're going to get into animation, and then we're going to get into texturing. And that should be it. For anybody who didn't see the announcement ahead of stream, we're going to be doing a bunch of weird walking sims later today. So the 3D aspect of the stream is going to be a little bit shorter. I just kind of felt like getting strange today. I've missed out on playing weird games for a little bit, and I just love doing it so much that I was like, it's time. It is time to get back into some strange stuff. Hello? Why did that not work? Okay, that's weird. Instead, I guess I can do this manually. Pop in, pop up. And if we go back to this, we should be sampling correctly. He should look pretty round. Yeah, he looks good. No problem. So we'll put a hole here, and 2 holes on the side. Right here, and right here. And this should work. To the best of my understanding, this should work. That looks pretty weird. I don't know if I love this. Tell you what, let's go back. I'm gonna extrude in just a small amount. And I am going to dissolve these faces and dissolve these faces. And then we're going to crease the heck out of it. I'm gonna do the same thing on the bottom. And now it should look a little bit better, and it does. And it does. It looks a lot better. Cool. Perfect. So the way that I envisioned this guy looking to myself was that I was going to have kind of claws, like clawed hands coming out. But I don't know if it fits the vibe right now. So instead, I think I'm gonna just give him little cheap looking Kirby hands. So my apologies to anybody who wanted deeply articulate hands. But just not necessary right now. So we'll push you out, push you forward, bring you down. And we'll call you right there. Probably a little bit bigger than that. Is this hole even necessary now that I'm thinking about it? Because it looks like it's not. And I don't love the way it looks. So you're cut. So we'll go ahead and just do a little bit of that. And again, it made a... oh, wait, no, that's the head. Okay, let's not delete that. So there's one. There's two. Copy the same thing on this side, and then we're done. And I think I'm officially done, like, jumping back and forth on whether I like this or that or this or that. This is just going to be the one. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He looks great. He's perfectly fine. So we'll grab you, and we're going to mirror this on both sides. And we should be set. Cool. Okay, he looks kind of dumb, but he's our boy, and I love him. So, too bad. I'm going to put on a little bit of subdivision on these boots. But I think I'm going to tints out the front ridge of it. So hide that. And I'm going to grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way down to here. And if we return on this subdivision, that doesn't really do too much for us, does it? That does something for us. This is perfect. Yeah, and he has this little ridge that goes down. That's perfect. That's exactly what we want. Cool. And it's copied because it's mirrored. No problem. We're set. Done. Cool. Okay, so I could give him a staff. If we get a little extra time at the end, I'm going to give him a staff. But we're going to hold off on that for now. And I'm actually going to prioritize... I'm going to prioritize giving this guy textures before we give him animation. Because animation, I can do 100 ways and still not be satisfied. But the way we texture this guy, that's like a one and done. I know exactly how I want to do it. Let's just do it. So, here's how we're going to texture him. We're going to put some empties on him. Actually, no, different idea. Let's, I got a much better idea. Let's call this Wizard, Hands, and Feet. Okay, I want to go into edit mode on the body. Grab you, grab you. I want to... I think I want to separate by selection. Go into object mode. Yep, perfect. I want to copy you two. No, not like that. I want to copy you, and then I want to go back, all the way until we rejoin everything together. And I go back to object mode and I press paste, and we're here. Perfect. Now, if I take... Honestly, it's probably fine just like this. Yeah, we'll do it just like this. No problem. And last but not least, I need to make an empty on his eyes. So we'll say right there. Right about there is going to be our empty. This looks very weird. Turns out you can't copy an empty. What? Why can't I mirror this? Okay, I will just copy it then. We'll just copy the empty, copy you, put you over here. We want 0.5. There we go. Okay, now we do this. So in my search for like how to render stuff in Unreal, I realized I made a huge mistake a couple weeks ago when I decided I wanted to do multiple slots for materials on the same model. Turns out that's a really bad idea. Turns out that's an enormously bad idea. Because your model effectively just like every time you want to export a texture, you export two of them and you have to recombine them in this really arbitrary way. So as good as it would be for me to just texture the front of his face black, I'm gonna have to do it creatively. Otherwise, we're gonna have that problem again. And it's not gonna work if I do it. Like, just guaranteed it's not going to work if I do it. So we're gonna try our best to just do it correctly. So this should be, we're gonna call this culling. I'm gonna go back to wizard. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a texture node. And this is gonna get dicey real quick. We wanna put object to vector for culling. And that is going to go to a spherical gradient. Oh, I hope I'm doing this right. And then that we're going to invert for emission strength. Oh, it didn't work. Why didn't it work? Oh no. Hold on. Let's hide culling for just a second. Oh, there we go. Okay, it does work. But we're gonna need a lot more of it. Oh no, this is gonna be such a problem. Oh, there we go. Yeah, perfect. Okay, I see. We got it. We're here. Now, I think we probably don't care. What on earth? How am I going to do this? Yeah, no, we're gonna have to use that gradient. And the strength, I really want to be like -10. There we go. So let's go back to making this guy like a color that we think we're gonna use, like a red. And the goal is to get it large enough that we're set. So like 0.3. That'll do. Like 0.5, that's way too big. So like a 0.5, 0.5, 0.6, 0.5. This is going to get bad quick. Oh no, there's no way. How on earth am I going to do this? Okay, I guess a different way that I can do this is we can do this to 0. I'm going to use a color. Oh gosh, this is going to be a hassle. Mix RGB, right? We're going to take a red and we're going to take a black. We're going to do that, and it's going to make a bleak looking weird color first. But if I take that same texture node from earlier and we go ahead and put it all together, I guess we also need the gradient for some reason. And why is it over there? This doesn't make any sense. Oh, please don't make me have to take multiple models and put them together. I don't want to do that. I suppose I can do it manually inside of a paint editor. I don't want to do that, but I think we're going to have to do that. So, okay. We'll just pretend that we're just doing robes for now. This is not ideal, but it's not the worst thing in the world either. So, I'm going to... Man, how are we going to do this? Okay, let's just start with what we know. We want sheen. The sheen can be very warm. That works. Roughness should be dropped down a little bit. Low specular looks a little bit better on here. No clear coat. I'm not even really sure what anisotropic does yet. Subsurface is probably the color that we want to be focusing on. So I'm going to make the subsurface black to give it this kind of grainy, gritty looking feel to it. And hopefully that exports correctly. Cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and pop some color on this guy. How do we want to do it? I'm thinking we want to tear the fabric up a little bit. So I'm going to use a Musgrave with 3 colors. We're going to give it a white. Is that? There's going to be a torn fabric-y like that. And that should do it. Okay, so these need to be reversed. So red is the predominant color. And I think that red is too bad of a red. So we'll do it like this and quite a bit darker. We'll tatter this thing up just a little bit. We're basically just trying to make little holes. Can't go a stream without sneezing. I don't think I've sneezed in 3 days, but of course, as soon as I stream, I sneeze. Okay, so we want detail very high. We want dimension very low. Lachronicity gets out of hand pretty fast. So we'll do it, yeah, just like this. I'm going to turn off the subsurface just for a second so we can see what we're working on while we're doing it. Dimension, I might even lower a little bit more, like 0.75. And then we'll scale that way down. 0.5's all right. We'll have these little points, basically. Boy, that looks bad, doesn't it? Maybe that's not the vibe. It could be kind of cool instead if we have a like weird looking wavy guy. Let me try this. I'm gonna go for a wave texture on Y, on Z. There we go. On Z, using 2s. And the distortion's gonna go up a little bit. Let me make this one just a little bit brighter. And then we want to... Oh, yeah, baby. That's it. Make this guy look kind of weird. That is too much. I think I just like the 1. I think just the 1 is okay. And if we go saw, we'll get kind of an interesting look. And using this, let me do 3 colors. So I'm going to do like a really white... That's too white. We'll do it like that. And then give him like a fire red. There we go. There's our little guy. If we're feeling extra crazy, I could put like little stars in it. And I think I'm gonna do that because that's just what I think of when I think of a wizard. Wizards are so like, I think of the wizards from Adventure Time, the frogs who try to give them the job of protecting the meteor or whatever. That's just like what a wizard is to me. Okay, so I want one of these ends to be white and one of these ends to be just black. And that's not white. That'll be the color. Actually, no, let's do the classic yellowy, yeah, right there. Cool. So we want this with a 0.3. And we just want a few of these stars. What the heck is happening? This is very strange. What is this? You know what? No. We're going back to 3D. I don't know why it's checkerboard. That doesn't make any sense to me. Why is it checkered? Let's do constant. What the heck? Why does it look like this? What is happening? This is very weird. I've never seen it do this before. Okay, but if we get 2 colors that we like, this might actually work. It looks a little bizarre, but I'm not against it. So, let's go ahead and overlay this. Yeah, well, I don't know what the heck is happening. Why does it look like this? So we're gonna want like a linear light. Oh! Yo! Look at that! He looks crazy! Okay, I'm cool with this. I can live with this. This is fine with me. We'll stick with the 5 scale. I think that looked fine. He is very strange looking. Okay, and I think we're gonna want probably a different color for our stars here. That's probably all right. Strange. How absolutely strange is this? Weird. Okay, cool. Well, that's our guy. He got weird quick. As per the norm, as you would expect, he got weird very fast. I'm going to have to pop the texture of this guy into Krita, and we're going to fix him. But we'll do that here in just a second. First things first, I'm going to want to make the gloves. So this is just going to be like a nice little leather. So we'll say like a dark, leathery, maybe even a little bit desaturated. Like a 0.5, a little bit darker. Leather is pretty low specular. Decently high roughness, although the roughness is usually textured. I'm okay with a little bit of sheen, sort of get that going. Clear coat's off. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna give it the like patented look of leather here. So let's give it a texture of Verneuil. Make sure that we got this looking correct. Smooth to F1 with a color ramp. Again, this looks a little weird for some reason. I want like a constant. Let's try this real quick. Not what we want. Not what we want at all. We want all the colors to blend outside to inside. How am I gonna do this? I suppose theoretically I could put like a gradient on here. Hold on. A gradient texture to here. That's terrible. That didn't work at all. How do we make... Oh, there we go. Perfect. There it is. Distance to edge. That's it. That's exactly what we want right there. So now I'm going to take this, pop it off of there, and put this in the roughness. And it's the white that I think is super strong here. So we're going to bring the white down. Maybe even bring it up just a little bit and then bring this way in. And is that even noticeable? Because to me, it looks like it's not at all noticeable. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Are there little bits to it? I can't see. I'm having trouble noticing if there's little reflective bits on here. It doesn't look like it. Is it catching? Hold on, let's check the color real quick. It's not. It's not catching at all. Okay. I see. So we want a little bit more. Oh, I see. And we want we really want the white to be the black. So we'll do it just like that, and you're going to be black, and you're going to be white. We're going to pop that into our roughness. We're going to make it way smaller. There we go. That looks like leather to some degree. So now I just need to drop the black down So the white can probably be like 0.8, and the black needs to be like 0.2. Maybe even a little bit higher than that, like 0.4. Boom. We've done it. We got a glove. We got leather. So that's leather. I can just export that texture super easy, no problem. We can mess with the color and stuff all we want later. But for the time being, I'm going to keep it just like this. It's fine. It's a little bad of a color, honestly. Maybe like 0.7. Maybe just a little bit lighter. There we go. Cool. So here's our guy. Let's go ahead and do the hardest part right now. I'm going to grab him. This is going to require a bit of a setup real quick. Let's do our UV first. We're going to want to edit him, grab all of our vertices, say, what is this? That's this right here. Super easy. Okay, so we got the whole thing. I need to bake this as a texture and then edit that face right in the center there. Which is going to require me to do a couple of things. So first off, let's export the UV layout as wizard. That's fine. And then we're going to go into our nodes. For anybody who is curious about how to render your guys in Unreal or Unity, here you go. Here's an impromptu tutorial on how to do it. You need to have a PBR or a BSDF setup. It has to be this. You get an image texture, you hit new, you name it what you want. I like to name it really specific stuff. So I'm going to call it Little Wizard Diffuse. Yep, so we're going to call that Little Wizard Diffuse. And we're going to hit OK. Yeah, that'll work. And then you want to go into... Where is it? Yep, you want to go into your scene properties, you want to go into bake, and you want to bake whatever the texture is. So we're going to hit bake on here. It is now going to bake. It's going to take its sweet time up at the top here. And then once it's baked, this is the part that I struggle with. There we go. It's there. It's perfect. So it actually like rounds out the corners for you. It looks super weird, but it's all just part of how it works. Don't you stress over it. If I could sit and edit this right now, I would, but I don't think I can. Yeah, they won't let me. Okay, so we're going to go back to our UV editor, and I'm going to save this image as Little Wizard Diffuse. And I think I could do roughness too if I wanted to, but I don't know if roughness is going to come into play too much. If it does, I'll do it manually. But for the time being, I think we're good. So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to go pop over into Krita for just a sec. It looks like I've lost a number of frames since the initial problem, but it seems to be pretty stagnant in the stream, so we'll just chill. All right, loading up Krita. I'm gonna load up Krita, and then we're gonna pop in these textures, and we should be looking pretty good. Krita's just taking its sweet time. Everything's taking its sweet time today. Computer's seen better days. Oh, I see that Windows has a restart waiting for us, so something happened for sure. That would explain what's going on here. Okay, so Krita, check it out. My camera moved. I don't like that. We have this, which looks pretty scary when you look at it. Also, I didn't mean to tilt it. This is a pretty scary looking mesh right here. Let's just not think too much about that. And then I'm gonna grab our second one right here. And all we need to do is make one more layer. I'm gonna go get a black. We're going to paint all of this black. Sir? Paint this black. Oh, hey, it doesn't want us. Boom, all that is now black. If we get rid of this layer, and if I grab this little black and we're going to blur it like that, we open this guy back up, we have Among Us. We've done it. We've made Among Us, finally. It's been years, but we finally made Among Us. Yeah, so that's it. I'm going to export that as the same thing that we brought it in as. And to the best of my understanding, that should just work. So we're going to go back to Blender. I'm going to go to Nodes. We're going to go to Object Mode. And I think, color me if I'm wrong, I think all we need to do is just pop this guy in, open up our little wizard diffuse again, and we're set. We are set. We've done it. I don't like that. I don't love that it spills out. Why does it do that? The heck? Oh, we're gonna have to redo our projection for sure. I'm gonna have to do that right now. Okay, let's do it right now. While we're here, let's do it right now. The shame with this is that I now have to delete my original file. So let's delete it. I have to delete my UV setup, which I don't want to do, but I will. We're gonna go back to UV. I'm gonna edit this. And to the best of my understanding, we should be looking good. We have no bake on here, which is good, so we don't need to think about that. I want to grab this face, make it way smaller. Oh. That was weird. Okay, so it actually didn't like us. It was actually like automatically generating the wrong texture anyway. That's strange. Okay, cool. So we're back. We're here. So we got the head and we got the butt. All set. All good to go. So let me go ahead and redo our setup. Now that we have it here, it should be fast. Should be pretty quick, pretty easy. We're gonna put an image texture. New Lil Wizard diffuse. I'm gonna bake to the diffuse. It's this guy. Bake. Texture baking. Let's see if that kills the frame rate. It is killing the frame rate. How many frames are we gonna lose? We didn't lose any. Okay, good. It just got yellow for a second. Scary. Very scary. Okay, so if we go back to UV and I go to edit, we're here. Yep, and that little bit is now in there, and that little bit is now in there. Excellent. Cool, and I don't have subsurface on, despite what I said I was going to do earlier. So it is what it is. So all we need to do here is export the image as Little Wizard Diffuse. And we're going to export the UV layout as Wizard. That's perfect. Okay. To the best of my understanding, we should be here. So let me go back to Krita. Man, what a process. What a strange process you have to do to get all this stuff to work. So we're back to Krita. We're going to put in our little wizard diffuse, which is named very incorrectly, which is a shame, but it's fine. We're going to put this guy in here. I'm going to remove that layer. Go up one layer. We're going to dye that black. We're going to dye that black. Remove this layer. We're going to Gaussian blur. And I'm going to say right here, we're good. So we'll export this as Little Wizard Diffuse. I'm actually going to export it as the original Little Wizard Diffuse since we're out on that. And I think we're set. Please work. Okay, back to Blender. I'm deleting my extra stuff because, I don't know, I guess I don't need it. Probably a bad idea, but you know me. So let's open up Little Wizard Diffuse. Go back to object mode. Oh, I know why it messed up. I forgot to apply the subsurface. Oh, I'm dumb. Obviously. Obviously that's why it messed up. But it looks good now, so we'll keep it just like this. Perfect. Look at him. He's so good looking. Cool. So, we got a guy. He's ready to go. I can get rid of these guys. I probably shouldn't get rid of them. I'm going to leave them right over there, just in case. And now comes the very scary part. We got to make the eyes. The eyes are going to be crucial for this thing. I think we're going to want eyes in this purpley color. So I have it over here. I can just reference it when we need. But let's go ahead and add 2 texture nodes. Add one there. Add one here. And it's going to be empty 1 and empty 2. Both these need a vector mapping node. Just like that. So, object goes in a vector. Vector comes up here. Object goes in a vector. Vector comes up here. And both of these should simply just be a quadratic gradient. If I know what I'm doing correctly, this is it. And all we're going to do is we're just going to add them together on our emission using a color. Right? I think we're done. So I go emission strength, boom. Oh, we're on linear. Quadratic, quadratic. Okay, so here's how we're gonna do this. We're gonna do Y. If I could copy these, I would, but you cannot copy them. There we go. Yes, we're here. Cool. So let's do like a 3. And like a 3. Already looking pretty strong. Already feeling very strong about this. I'm going to put in a color ramp so I have a little bit of control. So if I go like more on the white side. There we go. So let's hide those 2 empties so they're not breaking our view. Oh, look at him. Oh, he's perfect. Oh, he's literally perfect. Absolutely. Okay, cool. So we want the Z to be a little bit bigger. Yo. Okay, so let's grab both of these empties real quick. And we're going to separate them ever so slightly. I mean, there he is. We got a guy. Nice and easy. Took no effort at all on my part. Cool. So we got him. And we just need to change his color to whatever color we want. So we can do that. We can do a yellow. If we're feeling very Final Fantasy about this whole thing. We could do... Mint has kind of been the color for me so far, so maybe we'll do that. Like a nice minty green right there. It looks kind of a robot, though. Look at him! Oh, he's great. I think I love this purple the most. I think that's like such a cool color. Okay, so to the best of my understanding, it might be nice to try and rotate the eyes just a little bit. So I'm going to try and break this guy open just a little bit. So I think it's got to be Z, right? It's not Z. I think it's got to be Y. It's not Y. It's not anything. What? Hold on, hold on, hold on. Let's grab an empty and let's rotate you. Yeah, what? I'm gonna rotate you 10. Negative 10. And I'm gonna rotate you 10. Say, how do we feel about that? That looks so sad. Oh, it's great. We have full control over him. Very cool. Oh, this is it right here. This is our little boy. Look at him. Okay, cool. So he's just like a dumb little Kirby character now. We're set. We can do whatever we want with this guy. Let's change the leather up just a little bit. The more I'm looking at it, the darker I want it. So 0.08. 0.06. That looks pretty good. Cool. Okay. So now we got a guy. I can export textures as needed. We are looking pretty solid there. I had kind of a crazy idea, but I don't think it's going to work the way that we have it. I definitely don't have time for it today. But I was thinking, what if for his little... What is all that? Oh, that's the hand. Oops. No, I just want him. I was thinking, what if for this little face right here, what if I put a whole bunch of textures along the top bar here, and what I did is I added facial, like, gestures, right? So I could put, like, the eyes being closed, the eyes being open, all that sort of stuff. What if I put all of that here on the top bar, and when I'm animating him, when I export it to Unreal, all I have to do is cycle through the textures, not cycle through multiple textures. Or do something a little bit more procedural or whatever. So that's something I want to try. That might be a future stream, but definitely not something I have time for right now. Otherwise, I'm pretty stoked on this guy. So let's give him some animations. That's what he deserves. Alright, so... everything else is set up correctly. Let me just go ahead and hit a save real quick. We can always return back to 0 if we need to, so no worries there. I think I'm going to make a really big mistake. This doesn't work, does it? If I go set origin to 3D cursor. Oh, it does work. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set origin to 3D cursor, So if I mess up, I can just return everything back to 0. Rotation, I guess we'll keep the rotation on you. That's fine. Okay, cool. So let's keyframe this guy out. So we want like an idle flying position. So I'm gonna want you to be like that, like that, like that, and like that. So we're gonna have him go really slow up in the air and gently come back down. So he's gonna go like that. We'll just go ahead and make it a nice round 2. The hands should probably take a little extra second to catch up with him, because he's going to be playing with momentum pretty well. Okay, so the legs now. The legs, I guess, will be kind of in the center of these two. 1.8. And I'm going to put a keyframe here like that. And we're going to rotate the legs up just a little bit, because he kind of breaks. But then right about here... Yeah, right about 25, the legs should be, like, down. And then all we got to do is just return back to 0. Copy, paste. At 60. Copy, paste. At 60. Copy, paste at 60. Oops. Oh, I messed up. Copy, paste at 60. So, theoretically, he should just kind of hover. Oh, he's a little jank. Okay, so we're gonna want his body animation to stop here and just hold. His arms can wait till the full 60. His legs also to the 60. Oh, body goes a little too fast. Legs will go to like 56. Okay, so that whole thing is a little too aggressive for me. So we're going to drop that to 35, that to 40, that to 37-ish. The legs are going to have to be a little bit faster. Oh, he's like too, it's too artificial looking. See, I'm not good at animation. I'm going to just put that out there. I'm not very good at animation. What if I remove... Yeah, what if we remove this? Oh no, we've messed up. We've messed it up. Hold on. So this guy right here is our frame that tells us how high he has to be. clips a little bit more than I would like, honestly. So we're gonna say 1.5. Replace keyframes, delete these, and this part we need to scale down. I mean, it looks like janky old N64 animations. It's just not the best. So if we put a little bit of a texture on them... Oh no! I didn't think about the eyes. Okay, so the eyes are also going to have to get textured, or also going to have to get moved. So 0 to 35. So let's say 0. They are here. I like the idea of them being just slightly behind. So we're going to put them up to 2.4. 2.4. And then at 60, I need you to go back down to 0.4. 0.4. Okay. Oh, that's pretty good. That actually looks pretty good. It's a little bad. It's a little messy, honestly. It's not my favorite animation, but I don't hate this. He's very cute. Cool. Okay, so this guy, we got a model. He's animated. He's rigging. He's correct. Let's finish him off. We got 30 minutes before I'm going to start playing some games. So I'm going to go ahead and give him a little bit more to work with. Okay, so let's go to 0. Always start on your zeros. We're going to go ahead and give him a little magic wand. He's going to have a wand that is a triangle. I'm sorry, what the heck just happened? What is happening? Yeah, what was that? That was strange. Let's give him, not a cube. Let's give him a cylinder of 3. And we're going to make it small and tall. And it will go right into his nice little hand here. Now, the special thing about this is I'm going to have to give it a little bit of a bevel on everything. Just like that. And we will pop this up. We'll extrude everything out. And for this, I'm going to grab this little ring right here, and we're going to just... Actually, hold on. Let's apply scale first. Now we can grab it, and we can do this. And if I clamp overlap and go all the way, that doesn't work. So we'll bring it down just a little bit. Perfect. So we got ourselves a nice little base for a wand. If we're feeling extra crazy, I could go ahead and pop up a little thing here, and I got a weird idea for it. What if I poked a little hole in here? So, how would I do this? We're going to We're gonna grab you, 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 and we're gonna poke holes in you. Like that. I'm gonna combine these guys at center. And to the best of my understanding, I should be able to grab all of these and bridge all of them? This isn't gonna work. Yeah, that got weird quick. If I bridge this face, and then I remake this, and I bridge these two. Oh, that's exactly what happened earlier. Okay, yep, so we're gonna do that again. We're gonna grab all three of them, we're gonna bridge them, and then I'm gonna grab these center lines and just delete. And if done correctly, we should have a little passageway in here. So I'll do that to close that off. I will close these guys off. And I can close... I don't know why there's not vertices down here. There we go. We'll just do it like that. And I will just grab each of these little guys right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We're done. We got it. Cool. So we got a little hole to store little valuables in, which I think this little guy might enjoy. I could try and round this hole out if I wanted to, but I think we're alright. I don't think I need to worry too much about it. I sort of just like it being as is. I might go ahead and up our angles just a little bit. Alright, so now if I take this and do a little bevel. Same thing up here, just do a little bevel. Just a little hangout. There we go. And if we're feeling extra crazy, we're gonna grab all of these and this and dissolve and then poke. Perfect. Okay, so that's part of the wand. That's the beginning part of the wand. But the next part of the wand is I'm gonna have to add a special object. Let's see what I have. Extras. A Minger sponge. A step pyramid. Let's see a pyramid. That's not what I want. I might need to make my own... I want to make a Sapersky triangle. So let me look that up real quick, and we're gonna make one on the fly. I think the way you want to make them... Oh, it gets weird, doesn't it? I think actually, let me look it up real quick, but I think I know how to do it. It doesn't look like I'm losing any more frames while I'm paying attention. Okay, so it's an infinite structure of triangles inside of one another. So here's how we're gonna do it. I'm going to make a cone with a base of 3. We're gonna post you up into here. So let's grab the dimensions of this guy. Just like this. And now I can go ahead and put you up here. Scale you down. Make you just a little bit smaller, and we're going to rotate you a full 180. There we go. That looks perfect. So, to the best of my understanding, all I need to do at this point is go into edit mode, grab the whole thing, subdivide. Subdivide. One more, because I want to be challenged. So, theoretically, here's how it's going to work. We're going to grab you, you, you. We're going to delete these faces. Then we're going to delete all of these faces. Right? And we're going to do this until we have a full shape. So I'm just going to do my best to use my eyes to see this. This isn't the most obvious process in the world, that's for sure. There we go. So given that that's a triangle, that means this center bit has to not be a triangle. Perfect. So that is our shape. I'm now realizing that we don't have stuff in the center. This is going to be a problem. How are we going to do this? Oh no. Oh man, I didn't think this through. I'm so surprised that there's not a pre-made one. This might be an off-stream thing, honestly. Let's see what shapes we do have. Simple star, step pyramid, Minger sponge. A Minger sponge is so close to what we want. Let's try that. And we're going to say we want a level... Get that wizard out of here. Level 1. Level 2. Level 3. Sure. This'll do for now. And I'm going to do some really wild, like, editing to make this thing look cool. But I think it will look cool once we do it. So let's keep this. Oh man, if I try to put volumes inside of this thing, that's going to be so interesting. Cool. So that's how we're going to do that. Push you to the side. We can remove our empties. We can get rid of this. And now you and you need to have the same dimensions. Just like that, and then pop you on up. Not that way, that way. Okay, and now I will grab you and we will tilt you by 45 degrees. We will tilt you forward by 45 degrees. And that's it, done. We got a little guy. This should be alright. It's not positioned perfectly straight, but I don't know if it matters too much. So we'll keep you just like this. Okay. Nice and easy. So let's go to our nodes. We can put the wizard back. Alright, so the staff, to the best of my understanding, should be like a 0.05, highly metallic, decently specular, highly reflective, no sheen, no clear coat, It might emit a little faint light. Like a 0.1. Or like a 0.01. Yeah, just a little tiny light on the staff. I'm looking at the staff right now, and I think I want to... I think I want to try and make it a little bit richer, but we'll worry about that later. And actually, I think the emission is overkill. Let's not do that. So it's got no emission. It's just a staff. It's just a normal, reflective-looking staff. Very glossy. Very simple, very glossy. Now you, on the other hand, you're going to be crazy. So I think we want the transmission to be super high. I want people to be able to see through this thing to some degree. So maybe we'll actually set the alpha to like 0.75. And then no transmission. Like a 0.5. I just want you to be able to see all the little bits in here. And then for shading, how am I going to get the most out of the shading on this thing? I think we want to try and make like a plaid. I know plaid sounds maybe a little bit bad at first, but hear me out. If I put a wave texture and a wave texture, and we mix RGB this guy, one of them will be X, one of them will be Y. I might even add a Z, I'm not sure. Okay, so we want like... Okay, first off, this is processing so poorly. Linear light definitely isn't going to be the one. Overlay's probably the one that we want. No, we need something that's like very even between the two of them. Something that feels very fair. Okay, so we definitely want like a Z as well. Now that I'm seeing this. So let's copy you, and we're going to give you a Z. Here we go. And I will add a color ramp. And I'm just going to make it a very stern color ramp just to see what we're working with. Okay, so we've made polka dots, which is wild. What? I'm not even sure how that's possible. Strange. What? This is very strange. This is really strange. What is happening? Okay, well, let's do... No. You know what? I'm over it. I don't want to do like a grid. I think it's going to look a little too obvious. Let's go for something a little bit more niche. If I put a noise texture on it and I randomize it based on the height of wizard, we could have something a little nutty. So we're going to go really crazy on this. High saturation. Now we just need to pick two colors we like, and we need to make sure the scaling and everything works. Man, maybe a Vernoi. I'm like not sure what I want to do with this thing. I should have thought more about this. This was the part I didn't plan for. I planned for everything except for this today. So if we do this with more of those stars. It just doesn't look good. I think at the end of the day, it just doesn't look that good. So I think our best bet is just to kind of make like a gemstone out of this thing. So I'm going to do that. We're going to make a nice little gem. Like a 0.1. Oh, very brilliant looking. Maybe low specular. And that alpha we will officially put to be a little clear. We can call it there. This is fine. If we want to be extra crazy with it, I could probably put a color ramp with a Fresnel, or a Fresnel, for all my French people out there. And that could probably also do this pretty decently. So I'm going to do that. We're going to put in a Fresnel. And yeah, we now have a 3D weird looking crazy sphere thing. So let's make it just a little bit bigger. The normal, does normal base off of texture coordinates? It does not. Does it base off of object coordinates? It does not. What are you? What are you based on? Normal based on normal? That would make sense. Yeah, that works. Okay, so normal based on normal. Oh, but no, I really do want it to be based on object. There we go. Yep, we'll do it just like that, and it's going to be based off of wizard. And so as he jumps, you'll get different feelings for this. Cool. So now all I got to do is animate him. So let's animate him. We're going to put you to 0 here. 40 is when it reaches its max height. Max height for the hand goes from 1.5 to, or yeah, 0 to 1.5. So we'll say 1.5. I think I also want to tilt it just a little bit. Like that. And then we'll go back to 60, where we'll just copy you. Oh, I see. Okay, so you need to be 0. You need to be 0. That looks all right. That's not half bad. Okay, cool. So let's take that. And now you need to have everything keyframed out here. And the staff comes up to 0.5 above. So we're going to add 0.5 to this. There's my stream sneezes. I really don't want to do too much on the way of rounding, but I kind of think we have to. So I'm going to say 5.44. Insert that. And then, oh gosh, this is going to be tough. It goes back by -40. And it needs to follow the staff like that. So we'll do that and that. Okay, that works. Now at 0, it is -30. Just like that. That looks perfect. That looks so perfect. And then finally, we can just copy it. Not there. We can copy you and put you back. Okay, cool. So, the really challenging part of this is I need... Okay, we're gonna do a little bit of math real quick. What is this? That is just Z. Okay. So the Z goes from 35... And we're going to end on 300. Oh, this is going to require a bit of writing. Let me get a piece of paper out. All right. We're going to go from 5.3 to something to 395.3. Okay, so you are going to be 395.3. You are still 35.3. So what is 66% of this? If I'm just doing very quick math, it's 90, 90, 90, 270. It is 305.3. 305.3. And it should work. Oh, it's so jank. It's jank because I have my beginning and my ending frames on top of one another. But, like, it's not half bad. Okay, so if I'm just willing to say that this is it, this is our boy. And he doesn't render super fast because there's a lot going on, but yeah. He's alright. I love this little guy. What a great man. Alright. Oh, my God. I clicked out my window by accident and it drove my Twitch crazy. So if we go back to our animator one more time, this little guy is very peculiar to me. It's -30. And then it bends. But I think it needs to bend a little bit more. We'll say, like... Don't save that. We'll say -45. Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on. The whole thing changes. Oh, this is tough. Okay, so if we just want to do a little micro edit right there. Much better. Oh, much better. Oh, look at him. Cool. The easiest way I know how to fix animation things like this is to take your 60s and move them back one frame. But this isn't like perfect. I don't love doing this. Also, I don't know why there's 2 keyframes on one. That didn't really make a lot of sense to me. So theoretically... Oh, he looks infinitely better. Oh, yes! So much better. Oh, he's gorgeous. Look at him. Look at our good little boy. Look at him go. Oh, sweet. Okay, so I gotta export that as a nice little render a little bit later today. So that'll be one of the last things I do on stream, or off of stream tonight. Cool. So, I mean, like, what's the takeaway here? There's a lot to learn, there's a lot to do. I could fix all sorts of stuff about this guy. I don't think I care that much. I think he's fine. He's doing alright. Is there anything else I want to add? I think I want to make the end of this rod a point. Or at least make it, like, rounded. That's not the worst thing I've ever seen. We'll do that. I'm going to grab everything, and we're going to merge by distance, which removed 6. We should probably repeat that for everything else, but I think everything else is good. Get rid of this. What else? You know what? I got one more chance to fix things. I got one more thing I can do, so let's just do it. We're going to take a little 2 icosphere. We're gonna give him a little Christmas hat. This should make things a little bit more interesting. If we get rid of that. There we go. Phase just about perfectly on there. Cool. Let's grab you, and we're gonna make you a principled volume instead of a principled, Oh boy, a scammer's calling me. I hope they don't steal all of my information. So we're just gonna let that ring. If you hear it vibrating, I apologize. Alright, so we're gonna make a very high density little ball here. Maybe like a 1.5. The color is going to be like a bright white. The density, maybe we actually want the density to go like super crazy in the center. Whoa. What the heck? I don't want that. Yeah, let's go from the center. We're gonna do a quadratic gradient. So U. And it's going to be based off of the object, which is this. Object to here. And we'll put a little vector shader in here, and I think we have a problem because of how, like, deeply under-density this thing is. So I'm just going to scale way down. Maybe not that bad. Or actually, maybe it's fine as is, but I'm just gonna math it up. So factor goes to density, and the factor we're gonna put through a math node and multiply by 2 or 6 or 15 or 40. Yep, that's it. Cool. So we got ourselves a nice little guy. Make it a little bit bigger. And bring it back just a little bit. There we go. Now that's not going to render at all in an engine, but I'm going to give it a shot. I think it'll be a nice little training exercise to see if I can get a volume to work in real time. But otherwise, there's some weird little texture things going on here. I'm probably going to have to up the resolution of this texture now that I'm looking at the way that this is rendering. Maybe we'll redo our smart project. I'm not sure. Cool. Well, okay. So this is my guy. Let's go ahead and just put him on screen. We'll make sure to show off his little puff there at the back. Yeah, puff at the back. So this is the little guy, and he jumps. His puff does not jump. Didn't think about that one. So be it. I'll do that later. Anyway. Isn't he great? Isn't he pretty good? I'm pretty proud of this guy. If you're playing a game and you walk up and this guy gives you a quest, you would be awful for not accepting that quest. Like, you should 100% take a quest from this guy. His little eyes. Oh, he's perfect. Cool. Well, that's been this for a second. So let's call this that for now. And I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be back with some weird games. I'm just feeling real weird today, so we're going to play some real weird games. It's going to be just those types of games where you coast out and you don't know what's going on. So, good. Let's get weird with it in just a little bit. I will be right back. Peace.